Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to the virtual Talladega Superspeedway. Tonight's a special night. Tonight's the first time we are coming to you live with the OP Racing Throwback Series here from Talladega. This is actually round number 5. We're coming to you a little bit late. They wanted to build the field up a little bit before we got this product out to you, and I can tell you what, we got a good group of drivers in here tonight ready to put on some great racing for you. You're live with me here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I want to welcome everybody in that may be watching from near and far. I hope you are having a great Thursday evening tonight. This is going to be a great night of racing. Like I said, it's round 5. We've had 4 races up to this point. And if you're with me and KR on Monday, if you're with KR on Wednesday, used to watching that OP product, this is something a little bit different. This is the Throwback Series. We are running the Gen 4 cars, and we have the 2001 rules package. You just saw a pack of them fly by there in turns 1 and 2. And we've got the 2001 rules. And I'm talking every last little rule you could think of. There are no green, white checkers tonight. There are only a limited set of tires, 3 sets of tires. We'll get into that a little bit later on when we get closer to gridding up. There are single-file restarts tonight, so in the event of a caution, it's going to be a blast from the past, a time machine, if you will, with some single-file restarts. And there are a lot of different types of tracks. This is not just super speedway racing. You're used to seeing me call super speedway racing. We are, ironically enough, starting at a super speedway tonight. But there are going to be multiple types of tracks. Like, for example, these guys went to Rockingham a few weeks ago. They've gone to the old Atlanta surface a couple of weeks ago. And I'll tell you what, they put on some great racing. We've got a great schedule coming up, too. It's a very diverse schedule. It's going to be a great time. I'm glad you're joining me, and I'm glad to be here. And this is going to be a little bit of a different field, too. These are some guys you don't see on Mondays and Wednesdays. There are a few. Most of the guys you'll know are going to be denoted by their numbers from Monday. Will be denoted on our tower over there on the left side. You can see a few of them already. We're having a great time. And we're getting ready to go. 7 minutes left in practice. We are at Talladega tonight, the big bad 2.66-mile oval. We're ready to give you some throwback racing here tonight. Some guys still getting in the server. We'll go through some of them. We'll go through a recap of what we've gotten up until this point in the season. And no better place to start than the points leader and the 3-time winner already this season. And that is Mr. Tyler Bentley driving the 55 tonight. We'll get a look at him here in just a moment. Hopefully he's on track. It looks like he is. He's leading this group right here. And Tyler Bentley, he's a master of all kinds of tracks. You're going to hear me say his name quite a bit here tonight. He's leading the points for a reason. He's got about a 20-point lead on the next driver in the field. And the next driver in the field, I believe, is here tonight as well. And that would be Mr. Matt Hayden. It's another name we don't hear a lot. He is not on track currently. He'll be driving the 6 here tonight. Some throwback paint schemes out there you can see already. I believe he has one as well. He is second in points. We'll look down a little bit further down the list. Isaiah Dupree, he raced on Wednesday night. He's actually raced a few Wednesday nights. If you've caught up with the Grand National Series, I got a chance to race with him on Wednesday night at Daytona in the Next Gens. Great racer. He's going to bring another level of talent to this racetrack. I can tell you that much right now. And then you have some of the regulars. Chad French. If you watch NSRA on Sunday nights with me on the track over on the Ghost Racing Network, he races with us over there, as well as some OP racing as well. Vicente Guerrero is my teammate on Sunday and Wednesday. So good to see Vince out here tonight in the 14. He's one of the regulars from Monday it's gonna feel like he's a little bit of a bushwhacker tonight, if you will, if you watch NASCAR in the mid-2000s. That's going to kind of be the feel that you get out of the driver of the 14 tonight. You see him running right here behind Tyler Bentley, the Dale Earnhardt-inspired black and silver. Number 14, a very familiar look on the paint job of that 14 car tonight. The old Monte Carlo is out there on the racetrack onto the back straightaway. Looking further down, league owner Alex Green, he's running tonight as well. I don't think he's on track either. In the classic number 3, he's actually running a Dale Earnhardt-inspired scheme as well. I'm looking for some more of the regulars. Travis Elliott, you've seen him on Wednesdays, as well as Bubba Winningham on Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm looking through, trying to find some other regulars that aren't in the field tonight. Richard Kuhn is a playoff driver on Mondays. He is here tonight as well. John Guerra runs on Monday nights and Wednesday nights. He's here in the field tonight as well in the 59. Good to have him out here as well. But really a very diverse field. This is kind of fun for me. It's new for me. It's new for everyone out there, and I hope to give these guys a great spotlight. They're going to put on some great racing. We are in the Gen 4 car. tonight. This is a great car and a great super speedway package. These things are so much fun, and you're going to see them slipping, sliding around, running at over 200 miles an hour. Old style, mid-2000s style pack racing tonight here at Talladega Superspeedway. 4 minutes to go in practice. I want to thank everybody for coming out. If you're watching, good to see everybody out there. Cody, good to see you, buddy. He'll be racing some other racing tonight. He has a start, I do believe, in this series as well. Not going to be a full-time driver, but he has been here a couple of times, a playoff driver on Monday night. Hayden, rooting for Chad French. Good to see you, Hayden. Glad you came out. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday. We're going to put on some great racing here in just a few minutes. We'll get them on track for qualifying, but I did want to give everybody a chance to get in here, get settled, get comfortable, and kind of get you familiar with what we're going to be doing here tonight. And that is plate racing tonight, although normally we will not be on a super speedway track, so don't expect this every single week. In fact, as if tonight isn't exciting enough, I'll go ahead and get you mulling over what we got coming up, specifically next week. And I have waited to call a race at this place for a very long time. Haven't gotten a chance to yet. Next week I get my chance. We go to the Lady in Black, Darlington Raceway, next Thursday night. Be looking forward to that. We've got Texas coming up on the schedule. We've got Bristol coming up on the schedule. A very diverse group of tracks coming up. But tonight, the focus is on Eastern Alabama and the Talladega Superspeedway, a place many of these guys know well. Some guys love it, some guys hate it. They're all going to have to tackle it here over the course of the next couple of hours. Roger, good to see you, brother. We got an incident in turn 3 here in practice. These guys, some of them trying to get acclimated to each other. Good to see you, Roger. This is where I parked my car. Well, that's not where I parked mine either. Yeah, a change from what we're used to seeing. I'll tell you what, this is not a car we get to see very often. Even on Wednesday nights, we've seen the ARCA car a few times, but never this car. With this package, with this engine. But tonight we do get to showcase it. And I could not be more ready, and I hope you are too. We're going to get a look at more of the drivers that are in the field as we go throughout the night. They're new to me. They're new to you, I'm sure, unless you're coming here with an idea of who you're rooting for already, in which case, cheer loudly, please, as KR always likes to say. Please cheer loudly for the driver that you're rooting for here tonight. As we get ready to put them on the racetrack for qualifying this beautiful 2.66 mile facility, getting ready to host this incredible throwback race. What a throwback it's going to be here tonight. A little blast from the past. Throwing it back to 2001. Like I said, going on at the top of the show, Tyler Bentley has won our last 3 races. He's won 3 in a row, dating back to Rockingham a few weeks ago. The other winner this season is another guy that's in the field tonight, the 64 of Bo Benham. He looks to repeat his win. And Tyler looks to continue a torrid streak of victories. Although coming to Talladega, it's a little bit harder to win here than a mile and a half. But I can tell you right now, Tyler knows his way around a super speedway just as well as he knows his way around a mile and a half or a short track. About to put him on the track for qualifying. We've had a great week of racing. Monday night's playoff race for OP's Premier Series was incredible. What a race it was on Monday night. We had a pretty good finish over there. Hope you were able to join me and KR for that one. That's a really fun playoffs we've got going over there. Check it out on Mondays if you haven't. And then last night, we had a great playoff race as well, as we ended our round of 16 at the Daytona International Speedway. So come on out Monday, Wednesday, as well as Saturday over on Max Speed TV. We're all in the playoffs right now. This is the only series for OP that's not in the postseason. And I should go ahead and mention that while we have a playoff system, we are running the 2001 Winston Cup Series full season point system. There is no win and get in. There is no playoffs. This is pre-chase for the Cup. And so we are relying on full season consistency tonight And it's going to be really great. It's pure racing. It's racing at its best. And we're going back to the boom of NASCAR in the early and mid 2000s. Qualifying, getting underway from Talladega Superspeedway. Everybody starting out on their laps. As we will see what the grid is going to look like. Just over 20 cars have dropped off the hauler and are about ready to get it going here for 94 laps of action here at Talladega Superspeedway. No stages tonight, none of that. 94 straight laps of racing. And it will be 94 laps, like I mentioned at the top of the show. No green, white checkers tonight. You're used to seeing them on Monday and Wednesday. Not tonight. Tonight, the race will go 94 laps, the scheduled distance, much like it did in 2001. If you're leading after 94 laps, you're going to win the race. And so keep that in mind as we go throughout the night. Any caution inside of 5 laps to go will essentially end this event. And we'll get to that a little bit later if we so need to. Again, glad to have everybody with me tonight. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday. It's been a great week like I've talked about. It's going to be a great rest of the week as well for racing. And obviously we get back to it next week as the playoffs continue for OP's Premier and Grand National Series. Right back here as the round of 12 gets underway for the Wednesday night series. And we cut off the round of 16 for the Monday night series. Qualifying well underway. You'll see the times flash across your screen on the left side on that handy-dandy scoring tower. Matt Hayden, the first one to lay down a lap. A 52.47 sends him to the top of the charts. There's Alex Green. Runs third quick as here come the laps across the left side of your screen. That's the 5 of Dylan Pearson going to the top of the board. He is quickly upended by Richard Kuhn in the 47. Mark Vega making his presence felt as well. Adam Green, it's his first start tonight. There's Jimmy Fitzmaurice as well in the 33. Travis Elliott, one of our Monday and Wednesday drivers, runs 8th quick. 9 cars have taken a time, about halfway into our qualifying session. Richard Kuhn sits atop the charts, 51.92. And now Matt Hayden's second lap comes across. It's quicker. Quick time for Matt Hayden in the 6th, 51.76 seconds. Puts him at the top of the charts. David Livingston, not for long. Shane Posey goes to the top of the charts in the 83. A 51.72 is good for provisional pole. Adam Green goes to second quick as he completes his second lap. 13 cars have now taken a time. There goes Travis Elliott to 6th on the board. A couple other guys getting their times on the board. Richard Maligani goes 13th quick. John Guerra 14th quick. And Justin Hinshaw 15th quick as they run. Now he jumps to 8th. Gregory Kales jumps to 9th. Brent Elmore to 10th. A few more of the guys in the field that I'm not as familiar with. It's going to be as much of a learning process for you guys for me, as it is for you guys. This is not, like I said, the names you're going to see on a Monday or Wednesday night. Like I said, the guys that are in on Mondays, for the most part, will appear with their Monday number denoted on our tower on the left side of your screen. Qualifying about to wrap up. Richard Maligani goes 7th quick as he passes the start-finish line here on his second lap. Now we are just about ready to get it going. How about John Guerra? Nice lap from the driver of the 59. He goes to the outside of the front row. There's Vicente Guerrero. He's 8th quick at the moment. Qualifying about to get over with. And we are ready to put them on the grid for 94 laps of Talladega racing. We are ready to get it going. And so the cars will start to get on the grid, and we are going to go right into your starting lineup here with the Talladega 250 tonight for the OP Throwback Series. On the pole with a time of 51.725 is going to be the 83 of Shane Posey. To his outside will be the 59 of John Guerra. Locking out second place on the front row. Third, the inside of row number 2, going to be the 65 of Adam Green. And to his outside, wrapping up row number 2, will be Matt Hayden in the 6. Mark Vega will roll from 5th tonight with David Livingston to his outside in 6th. Travis Elliott rolls from 7th tonight with Vicente Guerrero to his outside in 8th. Richard Maligani rolls from 9th with Big Boss Man, the league owner Alex Green, rolling from position number 10. Justin Hinshaw rolls from 11th tonight with Gregory Kales in 12th. Brent Elmore rolls from 13th. Jimmy Fitzmaurice to the outside of him in 14th. Row 8, Richard Kuhn and Dylan Pearson. Row number 9, that's where you'll find the points leader, Tyler Bentley, deciding not to take a time. So the first car on the grid not logging a time is the points leader. To his outside will be the 86 of Isaiah Dupree. 19th tonight will be Chad French with Bo Benham to his outside, rounding out your top 20. Last 4 cars on the field going to be Ricky Kuhn in 21st, Drew Pfaffman starting in 22nd, Curtis Martin in 23rd, and wrapping up the field will be the 85 of Adam Kilday. And so, we are ready to get this one underway. Glad you're joining me. 94 laps on tap. It's going to be a great Thursday night, and we are rolling here from the biggest, baddest track that we will go to all season. Round 5 of the Throwback Series. Off and rolling behind the pace car. 24 cars have taken the grid. They have all made the grid. They are all rolling. A great field tonight. Getting ready to go racing here from Talladega. Can't wait for the first lap. You'll get to hear the roar of the engines of these 900 horsepower motors, and it'll take you back in time. It's already done that for me, I can tell you that much. It is a time machine to an era that some say is long gone. But technology like this gives us a chance to at least take a couple hours on a Thursday night and channel what we all grew up watching. At least if you're like me. This was my childhood, and this is a really cool moment for me to get a chance to call a race like this, a series like this, and we are just getting started. A long season lies ahead tonight. The first of many Thursdays that we're going to get to watch these guys load in the cars and go to battle. Field begins to stack up behind the pace car off of turn number 4, and the field will be in the hands of the 83 of Shane Posey. To his outside, John Guerra flanks him in a Matt Kenseth-inspired paint scheme. A little Roush racing action on the outside of the racetrack, Guerra and Matt Hayden. And here we go, a really cool moment as these cars roll into the tri-oval, the longest roll that they're going to have all night. Into the restart zone they come. For the first time on Turn 3 Racing Network, the OP Throwback Series is green. We are racing from Talladega. Shane Posey leads the field off into the tri-oval, but not for long. Here comes John Guerra to his outside in the 59. Lap 1 going to go to the driver of the 59, John Guerra. 2 by 2 most of the way back through this field as everybody tries to just settle in, find their rhythm here on a Thursday night. One car looking 3 wide. That was Matt Hayden briefly, but nothing going for him yet. Now some 3 wide action back further with Travis Elliott's the first to test the outside line. Not a lot of help committing to him here. Looks like everybody's going to stay in line as John Guerra continues to lead the field. Lap 2 on the board. Bottom line starting to fade. Only 3 cars really anywhere close to the front here. Shane Posey, Adam Green, and then Richard Malagani running third on the inside line. Top line's got some friends now, as Justin Hinshaw has jumped up there. Alex Green has jumped up there. Looks like Gregory Kales has jumped up there as well. Several other cars getting into the outside line, up against the outside wall for the first time. It is 3 wide racing at Talladega. Ooh, they look 4 wide. Matt Hayden looks. John Guerra trying to clear. They're not going to be able to. 4 wide in turn 3. Guerra is going to have to hold it together. They don't. Justin Hinshaw goes around. Now Matt Hayden goes around, and we're piling up for the first time in turn number 3 and 4. Matt Hayden up in the air. You can't really see through the smoke there. He gets back rolling. Looks like he's relatively okay. Not a ton of damage. Some big rear end damage. Justin Hinshaw can some considerable damage on that car. We are under caution for the first time tonight. We'll go back and take a look. They were 4 wide in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Justin Hinshaw, I think, was the first car I saw get around. Oh yeah, made some contact there with Matt Hayden. Alex Green, I don't think expected him to lift that much. He gets turned off the bumper of the 3. Several other cars come together. Matt Hayden actually comes together with John Guerra. They're going to collect Adam Green. That's further up. Hinshaw gets hit by Vicente Guerrero. Kales is involved. It's like Ricky Kuhn made his way through that. Big hit to the outside wall. Oh my goodness, Matt Hayden, a massive hit to the outside wall. Dave Livingston's involved. Chad French is involved. Tyler Bentley is involved. They're at the right side of your screen. They are still spinning and sliding. Gregory Kales. Jimmy Fitzmaurice is in it. Looks like the 64. Bo Benham is in it as well. Try to get one more look at this one. As Justin Hinshaw, we'll see if we can get a little bit wider look here. You can see he's already come together with Matt Hayden, Alex Green. These cars did not slow down easily. And Alex Green gets the back of Justin Hinshaw. Then there's more contact up ahead with Garrett and Hayden. And this blocks the entire racetrack. Actually, Ricky Kuhn does get some front-end damage out of this. Several more cars piling their way into this incident. One of them that didn't was Dylan Pearson. Holy cow, look at the 5 car. Just shoot through the gap in the middle of that wreck and no damage to be found on the 5. All right, I think we need to take a quick look while these guys are coming off pit road. We need to get a look from the cockpit of this 5 car, because this is about as good an angle as you're going to get of driving through a crash at Talladega. Here it is. C's party drives through, and all of a sudden, he's about position number 4. Great effort. The driver of the 5, actually, he stays out of the caution and inherits the race lead. So, new leader here at Talladega Superspeedway. That's the 5 of Dylan Pearson. Mark Vega is up here as well. Looked like he came out of that wreck relatively unscathed. A lot of guys, though, not quite as lucky. And so they will hit pit road, repair their damage. And we'll get ready to re-rack the field, if you will. But remember, we're going to have single-file restarts, so everybody's going to stay singled up behind our pace vehicle, and that's how we'll go back to green flag racing. Pretty wild start. Dyson back and forth, slicing Dyson all over the racetrack here early on. And that's to be expected from plate racing. If you've watched any of our Monday and Wednesday night races, this is about how the race starts. It's all really hot and heavy and wild for the first little bit. Then the guys kind of go to a lull. They calm down a little bit. Well, in most weeks anyway. They'll have about a 20-lap period where they're a little bit calm, and then they start to get it going again. Now, granted, that's on nights that there are stage breaks. Perhaps tonight, no stage breaks could make the racing a little bit different. Lights out. Atop the pace car. And the field will line up single file, one by one, behind that pace car. Some more guys coming to pit road here with 1 lap to go. Tyler Bentley, Richard Kuhn, Isaiah Dupree, Bo Benham, Adam Green, and Adam Kilday all coming to top off the fuel tanks. Everybody else electing to stay on the racing surface. And so we'll get ready to go once again. Got some fans of Vicente Guerrero in the chat tonight. Got a shot called, actually. He will win back-to-back nights. He did win last night's OP Grand National Series race from Daytona, if you got to catch that race here on Turn 3 Racing Network. As he came away with the victory and locked his way into the round of 12 by virtue of winning last night's race. So he could go back-to-back if he does win tonight's event. What a momentum boost that would be for him going into his runs in the Monday and Wednesday night playoffs. So the field will slowly migrate up to the outside wall, much as we saw in the era of single file restarts. These guys are going to start way up against the outside wall. There's no pinching anybody down. You're not going to be lined up 2 by 2. You're going to be lined up 1 by 1. And we'll get ready to put him back under the green flag. The pace car will make the left turn, leave the field in the hands of Dylan Pearson in the 5. One of the newer additions to the Thursday night Throwback Series. Field starts to tighten up. Oh, a bit of a checkup back there on Justin Hinshaw. Something's going on. We may have to call this one off. For now, into the trial, everybody tries to get tightened back up. At the end of the restart zone, nope, we're going to go green flag racing. Here we go once again from Talladega, and yeah, we're going to stay green for now. The field very, very discombobulated further back. Around Vicente Guerrero, Alex Green, Richard Malagani, and others. And they are at an automatic disadvantage. They've lost track of the field here. Back up front, already 3 wide for the race lead. Mark Vega to the inside with the help of Travis Elliott in the 51. Outside lines rolling in a big way, though. Shane Posey right back to the lead. Drops all the way down. He's going to go all the way to the yellow line. Leaves John Garrett to the outside with the help of Dylan Pearson. Breakaway, first 6 cars. Everybody else trying to draft their way back up. We're going to have a big pack here in a moment. These guys are all starting to catch up to each other, make drafting partners, and make their way back to the front. Mark Vega pokes his nose out front for the first time tonight. He will lead at the line with the help of John Guerra. You can't really push in these cars. You can, what we call arrow push, where you get very close to the car and kind of propel them forward. And you can tap. You can very lightly tap. If you start to get up too close to them, though, and push a little too hard, you actually can lift their rear tires off the ground and kind of propel them around. And leader Mark Vega dove off the racetrack, comes back up. Shane Posey cutting him some slack. John Guerra is going to get some momentum to the outside of the racetrack, though. With the help of Dylan Pearson and Travis Elliott, he will roll to the race lead, at least for the time being. Very even line so far. Dylan Pearson trying to push his way forward. Shane Posey, a very formidable pusher on the bottom of the racetrack. Matt Hayden making his way back forward. Same with Justin Hinshaw. Have yet to see our points leader Tyler Bentley. I think he's at the tail end of this draft. He is currently 16th on the racing surface. That group that got caught behind the restart is a ways back. That's Richard Malagani, Alex Green, Adam Green, Chad French, and Vicente Guerrero. They're about 6 seconds back of the next cars. You see them at the top of your screen. Going to go 3 wide briefly. Pearson looking for it. Now tries to get back in line. Top side is the 41 of Ricky Kuhn. Or should I say Ricky Bobby, the Wonder Bread car. That's going to allow Shane Posey to go to lead with them stalling each other out. The 83 now back out in front. And to the line. He's going to put lap 10 on the board. 9 down. And 85 to go from Talladega. Third line still working. Ricky Kuhn. Greg Cales. And there's one other car in that line. It's the 86 of Isaiah Dupree. So 3x3, 3 rows deep. John Guerra pulls his nose out front here in the 59. Pearson a nice solid push down the backstretch. Still 3x3 up front. Everybody just kind of making their way back into this lead draft. Oh, trouble! John Guerra gets turned off the nose of Dylan Pearson. Pearson bounces off the outside wall. Guerra goes for a spin, and the caution flag is out once again. John Guerra spins, turns 3 and 4. Dylan Pearson involved as well in the 5, so his luck ran out a little bit right there. And we'll take a look. You saw it right in the middle of your screen. It's actually already unfolding. As it looks like this is going to be exactly what I talked about. We'll try to get a better angle of it here. Going into turn 3, Dylan Pearson. They were rolling the middle behind John Guerra. Does he get a piece of him here? This is actually going to be our best angle, I think. Oh, looks like some left rear netco between the 59 and the 83 of Shane Posey. So my fault for Dylan Pearson for calling him out on that wreck. It really wasn't his fault. Posey actually slides to the inside. I think he's going to save it. Dupree gets clipped. He keeps going. Justin Hinshaw makes his way through. Oh, nope, does get some left front damage. After he sends the 59 spinning like a top in the middle of 3 and 4, he locks it down. Just hopes everybody finds a way around him. I think everybody does. 59 slides off the banking onto the apron. Everybody scrambling to get around that race car. And they do just fine. And so our second caution of the evening coming out on lap number 11. Actually came out on lap number 10. We're pacing lap 11. About to put lap 12 on the board. It's been awfully wild up in front of the field. That explains why a lot of guys are kind of hanging back. That's the break that second group needed. Vicente Guerrero, Alex Green, Chad French, Adam Green, and Adam Kilday. That's the break that group needed, being 10 seconds behind the field. They're caught right back up here on lap number 12. Leader under this caution is Ricky Kuhn in the Wonder Bread car. Ricky Bobby out front of the field here on lap number 12. The old Mark Martin Viagra look is behind him. That's Greg Cales in the 311. A nice showcase of paint jobs here at the front of the field. Behind them, Justin Hinshaw, the old petty blue and bright orange STP colors on that 034 machine tonight. Then Richard Kuhn runs in the 4th position. He's got classic Chevrolet look on that 47. And obviously, you got another Mark Martin paint job. And then Travis Elliott. He's got a nice looking paint as well on that 51 machine. Curtis Martin making his first appearance in the top 10. He's 16 spots up from where he started. Ricky Kuhn is 20 spots up from where he started. Rest of the top 10, Jimmy Fitzmaurice here in the 33. The Mountain Dew Code Red machine. Then the classic Oreo 8 for Mark Vega. He runs 9th. And Brent Elmore rounds out the top 10. Lap 12 on the board. Happy everybody is here once again. We're trying to get into a rhythm here at Talladega. Obviously, these cars are a lot more sensitive to pushes than we're used to seeing in, say, the current A-Class next-gen car or B-Class Xfinity car, C-Class truck. This is an adjustment. Even from the ARCA car, this is an adjustment just because of the pure power you have under the hood as Curtis Martin makes a pit stop, coming to 1 to go. It's a definite adjustment for these guys driving these cars They do not have the grip that the current NASCAR sanctioned cars have. They have a lot more power than those cars have. And they're a lot more touchy to bump drafting than our current cars are as well. But they can produce some great racing when you get down to it. Lights are out atop the pace car. We will go green next time by on lap number 14 of 94. So we get ready to put this race back under the green flag. Ricky Kuhn leading the way, looking for his first win in the Throwback Series. Really everybody except for Bo Benham and Tyler Bentley looking for their first wins tonight. Looking to start their Throwback Series off well. But then again, you got to think about points. With this being a non-playoff league, with the point system being a full season, there is no chase to look forward to. You have to be consistent all season long. If you're going to go win a championship, it had to have started a few weeks ago, if not tonight. You have to start going and getting it here as soon as you can. Field up against the outside wall. Already slowly starting to migrate up there. See if we can get a little bit better start than we did last time. Lap 14 on the board means we got 81 laps to go from Talladega. Off of turn number 4, here we go. Field will be in the hands of the 41 of Ricky Kuhn. Gregory Cales in second, Justin Hinshaw in third, Richard Kuhn fourth, and Matt Hayden will round out the top 5 on this race start here on lap number 14. Pace car is down. Into the tri-oval, this field of 24 comes. Everybody's still running. John Garrett is a couple laps down in 24th, but still on the racing surface nonetheless. Into the restart zone they come. Green flag is back in the air. And we are back racing with 81 laps to go from Talladega Superspeedway. Pretty unique starts. Basically, whoever gets the best run to turn 1 is going to go immediately to the bottom. The leader has to block it if he wants to stay in front. For now, Ricky Kuhn choosing to run right along that first dash, and everybody content to stay behind him. Not for long. Matt Hayden to the bottom. He's the first one to move. Jimmy Fitzmaurice moves as well. Chad French also makes a move down to the inside. Now there's a migration down to the bottom. Travis Elliott, Richard Kuhn to the inside. That's going to propel Matt Hayden forward just a little bit. For now, though, the help stays to the outside. Travis Elliott bails. He goes back to the top. Ricky Kuhn's got great help behind him in the form of Greg Cales. Matt Hayden propels himself out front, but I don't think it's going to last. Here comes the 41 back to the outside, with a better help. Now Richard Kuhn to the back of the 6. 2 wide once again. 3 wide as Mark Vega goes to the outside wall. The problem is no help going. Now the help comes, and it's the black and silver 14 of Vicente Guerrero. A better start, and he is right up in the mix here on lap 15. Hayden to the lead. Here in turn 2, he's clear. But unlike what we'll see on Monday and Wednesday nights where you see these guys lane swap, these cars don't require that. The bottom line was the fastest way around here, both in shortest distance and just for the fact that it was dominant. The outside works if you have the right people, though. And the outside does. Mark Vega to the outside. 3 wide for the race lead here in turns 3 and 4. More cars starting to enter the fray further back. For now, though, it's all Matt Hayden at the front in the 6. Into the tri-oval. Still 3 wide. Guerrero doing an excellent job of pushing Mark Vega against the outside wall. It's part of the reason he's been so successful on Mondays and Wednesdays. You knew coming in he was one of the favorites to run up front, get the job done when we come to a restrictor plate track. And that is definitely the case tonight. He looks very strong as usual. The field really more cohesive this time around than it was on the last run. Still 3x3 up front. Guerrero actually getting in the back of the 8 car now, chugging him along. 3 wide, 2 rows deep for the race lead. Middle lane separates a little bit as Greg Cales jumps off the back of Ricky Kuhn. Vicente Guerrero has to jump off the back of Mark Vega as well. Isaiah Dupree entering the picture. Brent Elmore entering the picture. Justin Hinshaw further back. He's going to go right to the outside, as well as Shane Posey. They're going to bring Dupree with them, still 3 by 3. About 3 rows deep now. As the 56 of Dave Livingston's going to fill the hole in the middle lane. So 3 wide, 3 rows deep. As the field just kind of tries to find their bearings. Mark Vega goes to the race lead, at least for the time being. Vega looking, clears down to the middle. Now it's going to clear all the way to the yellow line. New leader at Talladega, Mark Vega in the 8. And that's going to leave Ricky Kuhn all by himself. The help is bailed for the 41 in the middle of the racetrack. Top line's got all the momentum and all the energy. And leading it is the man driving the 14, Vicente Guerrero. He's going to take his first shot out front. If Isaiah Dupree can get him there, they're going a long way around this 2.66 mile oval. But he takes the lead for the time being. New leader, Vicente Guerrero at Talladega. He clears down in the middle in front of the 41 of Ricky Kuhn. Ricky, got awfully close to the left rear of the 14. Now Mark Vega dives out of line going backwards in a hurry. Does not like what he sees the front of the field. Allows Vicente to clear low if he wants it, but not for long. Now Matt Hayden's got a great push in the bottom line from Richard Kuhn. Now 3 wide once again at the front of the field. Isaiah Dupree wants some help from Greg Kales in the outside line. Not going to get it, though, so back to 2 wide up front. Everybody else kind of spread out, just kind of keeping their bearings for now. Just trying to log some laps here. Lap 18 goes on the board. And Guerrero leads his first lap of the night at the line. Here comes David Livingston to the outside. He takes his run, but has no help up there. He gets even with the leaders now. Isaiah Dupree goes up there to help him. 3 wide once again here at the front of the field. Dupree to the back bumper of the 56. That allows Matt Hayden to drive right back out to the front. In the 6, he's looked awfully strong tonight. He's second in points. Could use a good night. Points leader top of your screen. Tyler Bentley about 10 rows deep in this field. Still 3 wide up front, 2 rows deep. Livingston's got a nice push from Isaiah Dupree. He's going to get even with the leaders. He may get the race lead at least for a moment. And in fact may lead the lap at the line, and he will. David Livingston logging his first lap lead of the night. They're still out against the outside wall. Dupree trying to make it work. He's doing an incredible job of pushing. Matt Hayden, though, back to the inside of the racetrack. Still has Richard Kuhn all over his back bumper. And in the middle, Ricky Kuhn and Vicente Guerrero doing good work as well. All 3 lines really doing great work up front. And as a result, everybody's stalled. Now Dupree has to get off the 56. It allows Vicente Guerrero to get clear of the outside for a moment. So 2 wide here at the front of the field once again. 3 wide further back, Shane Posey. You see him. He's got some help from Richard Maligani, his teammate, I believe. They are running similar paint schemes tonight. Back to the outside goes the 56 of Livingston. Dupree goes up there with him. Jimmy Fitzmaurice has quietly entered this battle as well. He's 7th. There on the inside behind the 47. Greg Kale's still up here as well. Brent Elmore just kind of hanging out behind these first 8 cars. As we continue to log laps here. 21 laps on the board here at Talladega. This one's flying by in a hurry. Vicente Guerrero clears across Matt Hayden, so now he controls the field here, and it leaves Ricky Kuhn once again with no help in the middle. The second time in this run he's been left with no help, and now nobody goes to his aid. Livingston allows him to go all the way to the front. In fact, he may get all the way to the bottom right here. Kuhn stays in the middle, but it does allow the 86 and the 56 to clear all the way down. New leader David Livingston. Ricky Kuhn trying to get in front of the 14. Now the 14 cuts him a break, lets him in. Richard Kuhn jumps to the outside, but here comes the third line starting to roll a little bit. Justin Hinshaw. Shane Posey. Richard Maligani making it work up against the outside wall. Oh, now Greg Kales thought about blocking it. Not going to have a chance to. Actually, Hinshaw has to lift. We're going to be almost 4 wide again. Everybody has to lift out of it. That was a big moment there in 3 and 4. We caught it right here live. Kales wants to get up in front of that top lane now. Well, they have no choice but to push him unless they want to split him. I don't think they're going to, though, so they'll start to see what kind of roll they can get going. And all the meantime, A 4-car breakaway now at the front of the field. These guys said, okay, you guys want to fight back there? We're going to drive away and try to just create some distance here as we approach what should be our first green flag pit stop of the night. David Livingston now continues to lead as the field has started to single out behind him. It's about the first 6-car single file. Nope, not quite make it 7. Still 6 as Travis Elliott is to the outside of Jimmy Fitzmaurice for 6th position. Isaiah Dupree has settled into 2nd. Ricky Kuhn, Vicente Guerrero, Matt Hayden, the top 5. Everybody else kind of jockeying for position still. Waiting for the right moment to make their move. A long race ahead. Pit stops will happen here tonight under the green flag. Multiple of them if we run it out all the way. If you're just joining me, you're watching the OP Racing Throwback Series here on Turn 3 Racing Network. My name is Dawson Wise. You picked a perfect time to join us. We are right in the middle of a great green flag run of racing. We've seen some wild racing up front already. Gen 4 cars here at Talladega, the 5th round of the OP Racing Throwback Series and the first live here on Turn 3 Racing Network. David Livingston is your race leader here, getting ready to complete lap 24. It's going to mean we have 70 laps to go at the start-finish line. When we come back around, he will flash past the line right here. And here we go to the outside. Ricky Kuhn decides it is time to go. And Travis Elliott's willing to go with him. Further back, Greg Cales, Mark Vega making their presence felt as well as they try to get the outside line working. Down to side draft comes the 41. He looks to the outside. Familiar look. See the Wonder Bread car going to the lead at Talladega. Can they beat the bottom line? Though the bottom line very formidable, but Travis Elliott is giving a heck of a push to the 41 on the outside line. Now Cales and Vega are there. They're able to propel that line forward, and Ricky Kuhn goes back to the lead once again in turn 3. Going to stay up, try to bring Travis Elliott with him. Going to try to bring all that line with him, but allows the 56 right back into the battle. Although that line's starting to fade just a little bit, top line's got some momentum. Ricky Kuhn says it's time for me to drop down. He does just that. He will lead lap 25 here at Talladega. Brent Elmore up to the outside as well. He'll now be the 4th car in line as he decides he's time to make a move. Malugani and Hinshaw, Alex Green, Adam Green further back, also moving to the outside. Off of turn number 2, now it's 2 wide, about 9 rows deep once again. Shane Posey, Tyler Bentley running further back. They've decided to move up as well. They start to come forward a little bit. Up front, a battle for the lead between Travis Elliott and Ricky Kuhn. Greg Cales, David Livingston. Now Dupree jumps to the outside. A bold move by the 86. He jumps up in front of Brent Elmore. Great pushing on the bottom by David Livingston. Oh, they're going to split Mark Vega, I think. Yep, unfortunately for the 8, he gets split, hung out for the moment at least. Let's see where the line behind him decides to go. Dupree just continuing to fill gaps. Thought about 4 wide right there. Still thinking about it. Dupree's got to save the car. It's a big moment in 1 and 2 for the 86, but everybody keeps it going. Hops back in line, does Isaiah Dupree. And allows Ricky Kuhn to go right back to the race lead on the bottom. So off of turn number 4, lap 27 is on the board. We'll have 67 laps to go when we hit the start-finish line. Ooh, car on the wall. Justin Hinshaw's in the outside wall. He hit it a few times. And he's going backwards in a hurry. Meanwhile, 3 wide. Once again, Greg Cales, Isaiah Dupree forcing the issue here as Mark Vega goes back to the race lead. So many lead changes early on in this one. So many different leaders already out of the 24 that started the race. Ricky Kuhn back to the lead on the inside, but Greg Cales is making a case with Isaiah Dupree up against the outside wall as they try to make hay. Successful so far. Not going to quite get to the race lead, but almost. As Mark Vega, that was an early clear, has to jump back up in front of Travis Elliott. Greg Cales was actually going to take the middle right there, I do believe. But Vega had to come back up. Adam Green drops to the inside. Another car jumping to the outside. That looks like Adam Kilday. It is the 85 making his presence felt the front now for the first time as well. And now it's 3 wide, 3 rows deep, and once again we start to close in on some great racing here at the front of the field. Mark Vega back to the yellow line. He leads the field in 1 and 2. Greg Cales, Isaiah Dupree, Adam Kilday in the outside. They are hooked up, looking to go forward. Middle line kind of separated. Cales trying to get off the side draft. He's going to get clear of the middle. Now the question is, does he take it or does he try to wait for Isaiah Dupree to get clear as well? Looks like he's going to choose option 2. Stays in front of the 86. Stays low to the guy that pushed him to the front. They're going to try to make more progress. The middle is still very separated. Mark Vega's loving what he's seeing. Dupree bails out of line. Says, all right, I'm going to go back to the middle. Pushes Travis Elliott now in the middle line. Leaves Adam Kilday and Greg Cales in the outside against the outside wall. They're going to have to regroup, make up the progress once again. But Travis Elliott, meanwhile, uses that push from Dupree to go all the way to the race lead. Here in turns 1 and 2. Does Dupree jump back out? Nope. He has to stay in the middle here in front of Brent Elmore. Now Travis Elliott's back up in front of Dupree. And Dupree goes a lane higher. Dupree to the outside wall. Vega back to the bottom. 3 wide for the lead once again. Now Dupree goes top to bottom. Huge move by the 86. And for the first time tonight, he leads at Talladega. It'll be 64 laps to go when we hit the start-finish line. Pit stops. Ricky and Richard Kuhn, the first to hit pit road. Oh, too fast there for Ricky Kuhn. I'm almost positive that he was speeding when he got to the entry line. We'll double-check it later. Up front, Greg Cales to the lead for the first time tonight. The help of Adam Kilday and Adam Green. He tries to clear. He's not clear. Now he gets back up in front of Kilday. Going to have to pick a lane. It's a 311. He should get it here on the backstretches. Travis Elliott bails into line. It's going to allow Cales maybe to go top to bottom. He might get clear of Dupree. Yes, he does. Great move. Greg Cales. Adam Kilday goes down to the middle lane. Adam Green stuck by himself against the outside wall. Cales now pushed by Dupree on the bottom, but he's bailing off the racetrack early to come to pit road. That's a really early entry for the 311. Luckily, everybody gets around him, leaves the lead to Adam Kilday. Looks like Justin Hinshaw is coming to pit road as well. They both make it onto pit road. Back up front, new leader, Brent Elmore. So the field is spread out considerably here. On lap 32, a pit cycle is underway at Talladega. To the outside, it's not Adam Kilday, David Livingston, Adam Green, and Matt Hayden, who's made his way back to the front of the field. Everybody else starting to single out. Now Hayden drops to the bottom. You know pit stops are coming when they start to single out along the yellow line. You know they're getting ready to dive off the racetrack and come to pit road. Off turn number 4. Who decides to hit pit road? Nobody that time. We'll go around at least another lap. Brent Elmore continues to lead. David Livingston to his right elbow, essentially, there in second. 62 laps to go. First green flag pit stop coming up for these guys here at the front of the field here tonight. As the group just in front of them is Justin Hinshaw and Greg Cales. They're going to merge the field. They got to move out of the way in a hurry. The train's on the tracks. Oh, the field has to split them. Everybody gets by. No harm, no foul somehow. I have no idea how they made that work. We're going to have to take a look at this as they continue to try to blend with these cars that hit pit road. They have to lift and let them in. That's going to be a considerable disadvantage, but they were coming to pit road anyway. Here come the 3-car trio, Shane Posey, Richard Malagani, and Tyler Bentley. Oh, Posey blew pit road. He may have gotten a speeding penalty. Much like Ricky Kuhn, Shane Posey, a mistake getting onto pit road, and that's going to be a penalty for the 83. Ricky Kuhn did get a penalty for that, by the way. Back up front, Adam Green now leads as they're getting ready to put Richard Kuhn a lap down. They do so. Green pushed by Isaiah Dupree. Everybody's kind of singled out, just waiting for that pit stop. Off of turn number 4, here come the leaders. Still nobody hitting pit road. Adam Green is going to get shoved out of line. He's going to get shuffled. Dupree, no patience with the driver of the 65. Let's see if there's any patience from second here to let Adam Green in line. No, still no. Green's going to have to stay up along the second line, and now help comes to his aid in the form of Brent Elmore. Dupree showing no patience. You have to go. And Elmore splits the 65 out 3 wide. Now Elmore's stuck with no help. Even with the lead, but nowhere to go with it unless the 86 cuts him some slack. Off of turn number 4 once again. And here they come to pit road. Dupree, Livingston, Adam Green, Matt Hayden, Jimmy Fitzmaurice, and the 64 of Bo Benham. Leaves the lead to Brent Elmore. Here come the Kales and Hinshaw machines as they look to get back on the tail end of the lead lap. They will do so as this group up front gets ready, I assume, to make their pit stop here on lap number 36. So Elmore, Travis Elliott, Curtis Martin, Vicente Guerrero, Adam Kilday, Mark Vega, Dylan Pearson, Drew Pfaffman, Alex Green, and Chad French is all the way back there. He's at the tail end of the group. I think he's got the draft, and he is back to about 10th position. Last group's off pit road, rolling. This group you'd imagine would pit this time, and they do. Elmore, everybody in that group is coming to pit road. Except for the 24 of Drew Pfaffman, who stays out an extra lap. He does have some drafting help, so not a bad decision here by the driver of the 24 to stay out, maybe get some help on this pit stop, at least be able to blend with the race leaders. This group is now rolling off pit road. There's Shane Posey, had the speeding penalty on his pit stop. The Dupree group is not even off of turn number 4 yet. Does take you a while to get these cars rolling. So we'll see how long it takes this group to get up to speed off of pit road. Here comes Dupree, and around him comes Richard Mulligany with a huge head of steam, pushed by guess who? The points leader, Tyler Bentley. They are going to blend well forward in this group. It's not going to be all the way forward, but they're going to get a decent chunk of it back right here. Dupree, Livingston, Hayden bringing up that second group. They will have draft. Will this group of Mulligany, Bentley, and Ricky Kuhn. Excellent pit stop coordination by Mulligany and Tyler Bentley. They are going to fly right around the leaders and inherit the lead here on lap 37. New leader for the first time tonight, Richard Mulligany in the 22. They're going to drop all the way to the bottom. In fact, they may get a considerable breakaway distance. Now, the second group, they just line up with a ton of cars, will be able to keep draft and maintain the draft of this first group. They are lined up for the most part. Dupree looks to the outside with David Livingston. They do have the draft, though. They're up to speed. The cars that don't have the draft start with Chad French and Alex Green, who are 4 seconds back. And it's this group, Adam Green, Bo Benham, Mark Vega, and Jimmy Fitzmaurice. And you have the group with Greg Kales, Justin Hinshaw, and Richard Kuhn. They're about 2 to 3 seconds back of that other group. Brent Elmore running by himself. Ricky Kuhn is a lap down as they run, at least as of right now. So the leader at Talladega is Richard Mulligany after our first cycle of green flag pit stops, as we have 56 laps to go here from Talladega. Our first pit stop cycle completed. Everybody's single file against the yellow line. Definitely teammate cars here at the front. Shane Posey as well is on this team. They are all three 100% teammates. They all have similar paint jobs. That's Richard Mulligany, Shane Posey, Tyler Bentley. Great stop by the two of them. Shane Posey with a mistake. Speeds entering pit road, and unfortunately goes a lap down because of it. He's actually about to go 2 laps down here as they're getting ready to pass him once again once they get to him. Mulligany puts lap 40 on the board. We're starting to approach halfway home in this race here from Talladega. And this has turned into a full-blown fuel strategy race. Dupree to the outside. has help from Adam Kilday. And they're going to move all the way to the outside. They're going to get even with the lead going into turn number 3. Isaiah Dupree back to the lead at Talladega with the help of Adam Kilday. Ricky Kuhn jumps out of line, leaves the teammates on the bottom to fend for themselves. Matt Hayden to the outside. He's looking for spots as well in the 6. Maligani battling back. Now Hayden back to the bottom to help the 2 teammates against the yellow line. Dupree gets to the lead. Let's see if he clears down. Nope, going to stay up in front of Adam Kilday. Still 2 by 2. Dupree, Maligani, Kilday, Bentley, Hayden, Curtis Martin, Travis Elliott, Vicente Guerrero, and David Livingston, the lead lap cars in this breakaway. Off turn number 4, once again, Maligani surges back to the lead with a nice push from Tyler Bentley. To the outside, Isaiah Dupree, Adam Kilday still working away, still chipping away at it. One car on the wall. Further back, it's David Livingston. There may have been some contact. And Livingston, yeah. He's gone around and the caution flag is on the racetrack. I'm surprised. I didn't think this was going to bring out a caution, but it does. And so throw the strategy out the window briefly. Third caution of the night here on lap 42 of 94 is David Livingston. Got around on the bumper of Shane Posey. Try to get a decent look at it here. He got the outside wall, kind of locked it up coming off the wall. Obviously, Posey really nowhere to go. Can't get woed up. Gets in the back of the 56, sends him for a slide, and he does get backwards on the racing surface, so the caution flag comes out. Livingston gets it locked down. Nobody else involved. Third caution of the night on lap 42. We'll get one more look at what happened here. It looked to me like he locked it up off the outside wall. Get a little better angle of it here. Maybe this one is a little bit better. You see he's in the outside wall in the trial. We'll lose his grip. As soon as he comes off the outside wall, you can actually kind of see him like slam the brakes a little bit, lock the rear tires, slides, and then gets a little help there from Shane Posey, who's going to bounce off the outside wall. And the 56 goes for a slide to the apron to bring out our our third caution of the night. Isaiah Dupree is our race leader. Under the third caution here of the night, you'll expect to see everybody on pit road except for Ricky Kuhn, who I believe is going to get the lucky dog by virtue of being the first car lap down runner right behind the leaders. He will. Shane Posey's already come to pit road. John Guerra, I believe, has called his night to a close here on lap 43, and he has. John Guerra, the first car out of the race on lap 43. Staying out under the caution is Curtis Martin, so he'll inherit the race lead. So bonus point for a lap lead for Curtis Martin. Ricky Kuhn looking to actually get the wave around. Sorry. No free pass. Not tonight, anyway. But he'll try to get the wave around here. When we run around one more time, he'll be behind the pace car and in front of the race leader. So we are pacing once again here on lap 44, halfway closely approaching. It's been a great race up until now. So much has happened already. Feels like we've run 100 laps. We've only run 45. And still a very long way to go. Still 50 laps to go next time we flash by the start-finish line. We're going to get ready to put these guys back under the green flag. The field is back bunched up. It's a second chance for everybody about 11th on back. They got lost on that pit cycle. And the lead pack Certainly not happy to see that caution come out. The strategy was working out in their favor on that first green flag pit cycle. Excellent execution from some of the guys up front, but all for naught as the yellow flag hampers their plans. Some great racing tonight so far. I'm glad you've joined me. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. I know I have. Like I said, my name is Dawson Wise, if you don't know me yet. If you're not familiar with the other Turn 3 Racing Network content, maybe this is your first time, it's good to see everybody. As Curtis Martin's going to hit pit road, he got the point for a lap lead. He comes down to top off the gas tank, as does Matt Hayden. That hands the lead back over to Isaiah Dupree. I'm still relatively new to all of this. I say relatively, I've been doing it for a few years now, but if you're not familiar with me, I'm glad to meet you all. And I hope you'll keep coming back here on Thursday nights. Because you'll be joining me for the rest of the season. We are going to cover every last race of the 18-race scheduled season here for Season 1 of the OP Throwback Series. Like I said, we got some great tracks coming up. I already gave you a preview of what our next 3 weeks are. Next Thursday night, I'm telling you, I hope everybody that's racing tonight comes back as well. We got a great event next week. The Lady in Black, Darlington Raceway, is our venue a week from now. After that, Texas Motor Speedway, high horsepower. They're going to be slipping, sliding all around that 1.5-mile racetrack. That's going to be fun as well. And after that, we go to the last great Coliseum in Bristol, Tennessee. Bristol Motor Speedway going to play host to round 8 of our Throwback Series. I know we've got Michigan yet to come. Several other tracks yet to come. But just starting off the top of my head as we run right now, but some great diversity to this schedule. You got to be good on all different types of tracks to win a championship here. And nonetheless, in a car that is very tough to drive. This car is a handful, as it is on super speedways. I mean, you've seen it tonight. Even more so on short tracks, 1.5 miles, 2 miles. We've even got some road courses coming up as well. So we are looking forward to all of that. But tonight, we still have some business to settle in the remaining 49 laps at Talladega. Isaiah Dupree has run a great race to this point. He leads the field. Vicente Guerrero will be to his outside, or excuse me, not to his outside, on his back bumper. Adam Green, Bo Benham, Brent Elmore rounding out the top 5 as we get ready to put him back under the green flag once again. Into the restart zone they come. Lap 46 will go on the board. Green flag. We are racing once again at Talladega. And away they go for turn number 1. This is a split restart, and the caution flag. Oh, I thought it was going to come out again. That was a weird moment for our scoring. Oh, well. You love to see it. The field is very split up here, as Brent Elmore did not get a good restart at all. But the problem for the front of the field here is that they're too far out front, and there's not a ton of help. For the meantime, though, Dupree leads. Guerrero is second. There's about a 3-car breakaway, well, not counting Shane Posey, who's a couple laps down. And they're going to remain in the middle line. Bo Benham's got their draft. That second group starting to close in, though. Brent Elmore, Tyler Bentley, Richard Maligani, Travis Elliott, and then a group behind them. Mark Vega, Greg Kales, Drew Faffman. They're all gaining time as well. You can draft from a way back in these cars. It's a very draft heavy car. You can get a draft from a long ways back, so we should see a very connected field here in about the next 5 laps or so as these guys get up to speed. But until then, up front, only a 3-car breakaway, 4 if you count Bo Benham running 4th, but don't look now, 4 more cars closing in a hurry. Brent Elmore, Tyler Bentley, Richard Maligani, Travis Elliott. Tyler Bentley doing an excellent job getting that group back to the field. Or back to the leaders, should I say, and they're going to have a huge run when they get here. Let's see if they take it to the outside here. Shane Posey looking outside. Not a lot he can do being a lap down. Here comes that second line. Do they opt to stay in line or go for the race lead? Let's see. There are 2 of them in the tri-oval. Isaiah Dupree continues to lead, this time by halfway home from Talladega. 47 down, 47 to go. Lap 48 on the board. Dupree continuing to lead. Guerrero and Green behind him. Bentley and Mulligani and Elliott go to the outside. They're going to get help from their teammate Shane Posey. He jumps up to give them some draft. There's a line of cars there at the top of your screen. We'll keep an eye on that gap as these guys start to get too wide, double file, and start to race. We'll keep an eye on that gap back to that pack for the time being. It continues to rise. Oh, just over 4 seconds. This lead group is 9 cars deep. 8 of them are on the lead lap. Shane Posey is still going to be about a lap down here, even as his teammates push him forward past the lead pack. That does hand the lead over to Tyler Bentley in the 55. So he leads. He's got his teammates in front of and behind him. Adam Green to the outside. He's looking to take advantage. Shane Posey blinks but comes back. They're trying to all get clear. Not quite yet, so they're going to stay up in the middle. Dupree and Guerrero doing hard work on the bottom, though. Here comes Dupree with a huge surge. They are still gaining time. Second group led by Mark Vega. Not really going anywhere. You see them here. 5 seconds back and still losing time. This is most of the field. They are losing time in a hurry to this front 8 or so cars. Dupree back to the lead as he passes Shane Posey. Well, he actually passed Tyler Bentley, but he passed all of them while he was at it, too. Down the backstretch, too wide this pack gets, and that's going to be a great time for that pack to line up. But now they're too wide there at the top of your screen as well, so no time to be had up there. This front group is running away and doing it in a hurry. Dupree continues to lead. Guerrero pulls forward to second now on the back bumper of the 86. Adam Green going to battle Tyler Bentley for third as he is pulled into the inside line. Bo Benham, Travis Elliott, Brent Elmore biding their time here towards the tail end of this group. Still 2x2 up front as we're getting close to 40 laps to go at Talladega. We're getting close to what should be our final pit cycle. Maybe 2 more stops. Might still be 2. Here from Talladega. Still 2x2. That pack's still not gaining any time. They've lost another second. They've shuffled around and they're still not gaining any time on that lead group. We're going to need this lead group to get out of line and start doing something ridiculous to start to pick up time. For now, they're just kind of lined up in 2 separate lines. Dupree and Bentley continue to lead the way. You're watching the OP Throwback Series here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Can't say enough about the efforts of Adam Green tonight. His first start in the Throwback Series. Good to see the 65 running up here in the front pack. And a lot of our normal contenders are in this pack as well. Dupree continues to lead. That pack's still losing time, not as quickly anymore, but they just can't seem to get lined up and connected. So they will continue to lose time, back to about 7.5 seconds now. As this group just continues to tick laps off the board and look forward to another pit stop. That's about all you can do. As a driver, when you're driving away from the pack behind you, and you're in a pack like this, you're not going to want to do anything dumb. You're not going to want to jump out of line and go 3 wide. You're just kind of hanging out. Whatever happens, happens. You know, if somebody gets down in front of you, okay, just lay back and push. But for now, these guys are very content to just run 2 wide because that's all they have to do. They're picking up time. Top 8 cars have a serious advantage over the 9th place on back machines here tonight, and they know if this continues to go the way it is and they can all cycle off pit road together, they can all realistically get very good finishes out of this and make this about an 8-car battle for the win. 41 laps to go as Dupree flashes by the line once again. Shane Posey still shuffling between 1 and 2 laps down. Tyler Bentley, Richard Mulligani continuing to help their teammate up against the outside wall. Now they faded a little bit higher than they were. They were trying to get off the side draft a little bit as that group in the mirror continues to fall backwards. While these guys are in line riding, let's go take a look back here at the second group, led by Jimmy Fitzmaurice, Matt Hayden, Mark Vega, Greg Kales. Curtis Martin's in this group, Alex Green, Richard Kuhn, Dylan Pearson, Drew Pfaffman, Justin Hinshaw, Ricky Kuhn, Chad French, Adam Kilday, Dave Livingston. That's the group that you're seeing right here on your screen. Now they've singled out. So let's see now that they've singled out, they can start to pick up any time. And right as I say that, they go double file again behind the leaders of the group. So they continue to lose time here as they just cannot seem to get connected and on the same page. It allows the top 8 to continue to drive away up at the front of the field. They're just trying to get to, at this point, what might be the last pit stop. I'm beginning to see that it very well could be the last stop of the evening for these guys at the front. They can cycle out this far in front. They're not going to have any kind of challenge for the win. It's going to be these 8 guys on your screen on the lead lap anyway that are going to settle for the win. We got a trouble further back. A yellow flag is on the speedway here on lap 56. And it comes from that second group. And here it is right here. 034 of Justin Hinshaw. Get it up a little bit further. In the tri-oval, he's running his own line. Drew Pfaffman, I think, is going to try to hit that gap behind him and misjudges it. Hooks the 034 up into the outside wall. Big hit for the 034 up in the air for the STP machine. Pfaffman tried to fill the gap, misjudged, wasn't clear, and Hinshaw gets the worst of that in a big way as the engine will almost expire. It might have expired on the 034. Trying to get a different look at this. Try to see what we can find here. We're going to go on board with Drew Pfaffman, see exactly what he saw right here. Off into the tri-oval. Oh, yep. He thinks he's clear. May have gotten a clear call and comes down across the back end of Justin Hinshaw. And unfortunately turns him into the outside wall. A tough break for the driver of the 034. And for the 24. No malicious intent there for Drew Pfaffman. Just kind of a misjudged gap. We've all done that. More than our fair share of times. I can tell you I've done it quite a bit. So the leaders are in for pit stops here on lap 57. This probably will not be their last stop of the night. I don't think we made it inside the window. So still one pit stop to be made, but it does give that second group a chance to take a breath, forget the last run. You're not losing time anymore. You're bunched right back up. You can go back at it. And a shuffle on pit road. Dupree, not sure what happened there. A long pit stop on the 86 will mean he will not be the first man off pit road. So Adam Green will lead the field off pit road and for the first time tonight inherit the race lead. Mulligani goes second. Tyler Bentley third. Brent Elmore fourth. Travis Elliott fifth. And Matt Hayden, Isaiah Dupree, Bo Benham, Mark Vega, and Richard Kuhn. Lap 58 on the board. 37 laps to go to be 36 when we get the one to go signal. So we'll go back green with an even 35 laps to go on lap number 60 here from Talladega. Hope you're hanging in there with me here on a Thursday night. It's our fourth caution of the night here in the first 58 laps of the race. We've had a couple of really great green flag runs. And we'll see if we can get one here to finish us out here on what has been a great Thursday night for racing. Stick around. When we do get to the conclusion of the race, you'll get to hear from your top three in tonight's festivities. We'll give you a recap, hopefully, as we go on. I'd like to start implementing some pre-race interviews as well as some in-race interviews as well while we're under cautions. It's easier to do that on Monday nights and Wednesday nights when we have a stage break and other cautions like that. But I would like to implement it here as well, just so you guys can get to know these drivers and get an inside scoop on what it's like to drive these cars, what this series has been like, what this format is like. I'd like to go in depth, get the words right from the guys that are on the racetrack, and that's the goal. We'll start trying to implement that next week at the Darlington Raceway. So we'll get ready to go green here on lap number 60. The field's starting to migrate up to the top. Shane Posey, you saw, get the wave around right there. He'll be, I believe, only one lap down now. Justin Inshaw sitting on pit road. He's going to go multiple laps down here, trying to get this damage fixed. Vicente Guerrero comes off pit road. And so we'll get ready to go green once again. Field lined up behind the pace car. Everybody's single file. We'll see if we get a little bit better start this time. Last time the field got very split up because of how separated the start was. Obviously, at tracks like Atlanta, Texas, Darlington, Bristol, not a huge deal because the racing's going to spread out eventually anyway. These cars are not like, the current truck Xfinity or NASCAR Cup Series car, or even the old Gen 6 car where for the first 10 laps, 15 laps of a tire run, you'd be in a pack. Really, the trucks, you're almost always in a pack. It's about 20 laps till they get separated. These cars on smaller tracks get separated awfully quickly, but on a restrictor plate track like Talladega, it's imperative that you have a group around you to go anywhere anytime soon. And obviously pack racing, some of the most exciting racing we see on the circuit. So obviously the guys running 8th, 9th, 10th on back would like to get a great start right here and have a say in the end of this race. Pace car is off. Field in the hands of Adam Green. And his first start is Shane Posey. You see another quirky rule in 2001. The lap cars lined up on the inside. He had to goose the throttle up a little bit. Oh, trouble. Further back, Jimmy Fitzmaurice gets turned into the outside walls. We started to get the green flag. I think we're going to have to delay this green. And we do delay the green. The green will be delayed one lap. Everybody was trying to stack up and could not do so as they got stacked up and ran in the back of each other. So we'll hold it and go around one more time. The pace car will pick the field up here on the entrance of turn number 1. So we'll go around one more time. See if these guys can stack it up here properly on this one. So now it'll be an even 34 laps to go. 34 laps to go. We ready to put them back under the green flag once again on lap 61. Again, I want to thank everybody that's hanging out with me tonight. It's been a pretty decent audience all night. Cheer for your driver. Please be loud, be proud, be outspoken tonight. If you are rooting for a driver in the field, I want to know. They want to know. I know they appreciate seeing it. I appreciate seeing it as a driver. They like to see you guys express your opinions. That's what a lot of drivers love about broadcasted races. And so please get up and always says cheer loudly. We are at a racetrack. after all. So let's try this again, shall we? 34 laps to go and we hit the green flag. Hopefully everybody can stack it up cleanly here on the exit of turn number 4. We will give this another go and put these guys back under the green flag and try to get this one to its completion on lap 34, on inland 34 laps from right now. Here we go. Pace car is down once again. Another stack up as we try to get the field tightened up for the restart. It's another stack up from about 10th on back. Regardless, no crash this time, so we're going to put it back under the green flag. Green flag is out once again at Talladega, and we are back on our way here on lap number 61. Through the gears they go. Everybody grabs third gear. Adam Green out to a big lead. A little too big a lead, I think. He got a good start, maybe too good a start. Malagani's going to get to his outside. May just go ahead and go on around him. Malagani for the race lead as they exit turn number 2. Shane Posey did not want to give Adam Green a spot in line. Still doesn't. Is going to reluctantly have to get behind the driver of the 65. Allows Malagani to go to the race lead. Tyler Bentley goes to second. Oh, Brent Elmore almost followed him down. Now it's going to be 3 wide at the front of the field. Travis Elliott, Matt Hayden, top side. Dupree and Elmore in the middle. On the bottom, Adam Green with Shane Posey, the lap car behind him. Now the field a lot more incorporated here. Travis Elliott still up against the outside wall. Matt Hayden trying to come with him, but not a lot going. Elmore moves up too far. Dupree says, nope, I'm coming through. Isaiah Dupree making power moves to get back to the front of the field. 33 laps to go here as he gets in front of the Elmore machine. Tyler Bentley to the outside. He wants the race lead from his teammate. The 86 of Dupree pushing now on the 55. Down the backstretch we go. Teammates on the front row, but not for long as Bentley's going to get clear of his teammate. Go right down in front of him, I would believe. Headed for turn 3, Tyler Bentley. Nope, still up, still up, still up. Maybe trying to bring Isaiah Dupree with him. He's going to stay up in the middle line for now. But Tyler Bentley has the lead here at Talladega. There'll be 32 laps to go when we hit the start-finish line. He's starting to lean down to the bottom now. Still going to stay up, though. Great lane control from Tyler Bentley as he and his teammate continue to lead both lines. Off into turn 1, everybody 2 by 2, about 7 rows deep. The whole field really now in the front pack. No more split packs. We are all here. Everybody's going to be in the picture here with just over 30 laps to go. You've picked a great time to join us if you're just doing it. 2 by 2 throwback racing at Talladega in the Gen 4 car. Tyler Bentley working the outside of this 2.66 mile oval with his teammate Richard Malagani flanking him to his left elbow. Isaiah Dupree, Adam Green doing a great job of pushing on both ends. Brent Elmore, Richard Kuhn in the mix as well. Travis Elliott, Mark Vega. Ricky Kuhn is making his way to the outside of the racetrack. He's got a huge head of steam, and he's coming forward in a hurry. No help for the 41, but he doesn't care. It doesn't matter. He's making it work out there. A huge burst of speed out of the driver of the Wonder Bread car. Now it's going to stall here in a second, but does anybody go with him? Brent Elmore might. He thought about it, but he stays in line. Ricky Kuhn still driving to the outside. I'm not even sure how he's doing it at this point. Now the run stalls, and Ricky will start to go back to the outside of the racetrack. He'll start to go backwards a little bit. Malagani and Bentley continue to lead. Next time by, it'll be 30 laps to go from Talladega. We're into the closing stages. It is crunch time here at Talladega. We're getting to the point where you're going to have to start making your moves to get to the front of the field and get yourself in a position at either for a last pit stop or for the race for the win. I'll tell you who's in a great spot so far, and that's Tyler Bentley, our points leader. He's won 3 in a row. This was a wild card race where anybody could win. Boy, what a statement it would be if he could get 4 in a row and win here at Talladega. Dupree continues to push on him. Bottom side, Malagani, Green. Shane Posey's been able to stay up here. Top shelf is Ricky Kuhn, still hanging tough by himself, but needs some help if he's going to go anywhere further forward. Matt Hayden, Jimmy Fitzmaurice starting to come forward a little bit against the outside wall. You see him about 8 rows back. If they can get to the 41, they can really make some some noise here at the front of the field. Maligani leads another lap inside of 30 laps to go now. Matt Hayden still continuing to make ground. He's about 4 rows back of the 41. When he gets there, it'll be 3 wide for the race lead once again. Elmore stuck his nose out for a moment, but dips back in line. Just a little bit too early for that driver. Now Travis Elliott to the outside of the racetrack. He goes up to the outside wall. Vega tried. No, sir. Dylan Pearson says no and slams the door. It's starting to get antsy here at Talladega Superspeedway. 3 wide Dupree. Out from behind Tyler Bentley. They leave the 55 with no help. Elmore trying to get back to the back bumper of the 55. Dupree drives on by on the outside line. Does he drop down immediately? Yes, he does. He tried to bring Ricky Kuhn with him. Couldn't. Adam Green tried to jump up to the middle. He wasn't clear either. Maligani pulls back out front, but Ricky Kuhn's got the push in the outside line, top shelf. 3 by 3, another back straightaway, 3 rows deep. Dylan Pearson's made his way back to the front. Kuhn leads for a moment. He's going to be clear. Travis Elliott takes the move before him, goes top to bottom. New leader at Talladega, the 51 of Travis Elliott. These guys are all over the wheel. Elbows out here at Talladega with 28 laps to go. Travis Elliott to lead, Kuhn and Dupree in the middle. Top shelf still Pearson and Adam Kilday. Ricky Kuhn leads this time by at the line. What a comeback for him after the speeding penalty we saw in the green flag pit stop about 30 laps ago. Ricky Kuhn, Isaiah Dupree all over his back bumper. Bottom side, Elliott, Maligani, and Adam Green. Top shelf, Pearson and Kilday still working the outside line, trying to get it wound up. 2 by 2 for now, but Pearson now making his way into the picture. He's up to 4th. He's up to almost 3rd. Kilday making it work, and they've got a convoy on the way. Matt Hayden, Greg Kales, and Alex Green coming to their aid in the outside line. Haven't spoken much about the big boss man tonight, but he's starting to make noise in the outside line, trying to come to the front. Dupree to the outside now. Dips out from behind Ricky Kuhn. Dupree says it's time to go. He wants the race lead again at Talladega. Elliott continues to lead, 26 laps to go. Still 3 by 3, 5 rows deep behind the leader, Travis Elliott. This is what he likes to see. Richard Maligani going to get clear up in front of the middle line if he wants it. He looks. Travis Elliott cuts off his line of sight. Maligani stays in line for the time being. Still not diving out of line. Middle and top still trying to work something. He's trying to get a surge. Tyler Bentley's to the back up with the 41. 86 has help from the 5. They're coming back to the outside. Ricky Kuhn's going to look for the lead here on the exit of turn number 4. Dupree dives out of the top line, now back into the middle. 3 cars deep in line. Here comes Shane Posey. He has to make a pit stop. That's going to pretty much end his night without another caution. Put him another multiple laps down. New leader at Talladega, Ricky Kuhn. 25 laps to go. You see the tower flash over. You know we're in crunch time when that happens. You can tell everybody's got their elbows up, going for the race win. Dupree up to the outside again, trying to take the run. Into the wall goes Dylan Pearson, but he keeps it going straight. Kuhn has help from Tyler Bentley in the middle. They've got a nice surge all the way back to the front. Elliott on the bottom trying to get up inside draft. He's got Maligani behind him. Surge by Isaiah Dupree. Can they get it wound up? They had it wound up for a moment. Dylan Pearson was pushing him hard. Exciting racing here at the front of the field at Talladega. These guys putting on a heck of a show. Kuhn leads another lap. Dupree gets a nice run to the outside of Tyler Bentley. Elliott back to the bottom. He's got the shortest way around this 2.66 mile oval. Off of turn number 2, Dupree continues to have help from Dylan Pearson, Adam Kilday. He waits for it to come to him, though. Middle line surges for now. Ricky Kuhn, Tyler Bentley, Brent Elmore, Richard Kuhn. And I believe Vicente Guerrero has made his presence felt once again at the front of the field. He has. The black and silver 14, 5th in line in the middle. Bottom line surges. Travis Elliott back to the lead with a big push from Maligani. Kuhn drops to the inside. Leaves only 4 in the middle, 4 in the top. Maligani blinks. Still not back. Still not back. It's going to erase the help for Travis Elliott. This could create a serious issue. The 22 has still not returned to the racing surface yet. Kuhn drops down to the bottom as a result. Malagany still has not reappeared on the racetrack, so some unknown issue for the driver of the 22. That's going to shake up the field quite a bit. Dupree goes to the lead for the time being. Now Tyler Bentley goes to the lead in the middle of 3 and 4. Now Ricky Kuhn back to the lead there, swapping the lead left and right here at Talladega Superspeedway. Now Malagany's reappeared in 3 and 4 with damage. A devastating outcome there is some connection issues for the driver of the 22. 22 laps to go from Talladega. Ricky Kuhn continuing to lead, wrapping that inside lane. Isaiah Dupree all the way top shelf. Oh, one car off a little further back. I can't quite tell who that is. I think it's Brent Elmore. No, it's not. It's even further back than that. It's Curtis Martin. As these guys try to go past Shane Posey, they're going to be 4 wide for a moment. They make it work. Dylan Pearson. A little bit of a big moment for him, but nonetheless, they make it stick. Adam Green jumps to the outside. His first chance to get out of line, and he does so. Green to the outside. He looks for the race lead, and he gets it. A big push from Isaiah Dupree. Help from Tyler Bentley in the 55. Adam Green past Kuhn for the race lead. Notably, no teammates for Tyler Bentley here at the front of the field now. Shane Posey's going to try to hang on to this lead draft and at least help his teammate. To the bottom goes Dupree. Green goes to block. Now he's got to go back up to the top. Dupree, a nice power move to the inside, and he leads the field once again. Ricky Kuhn to his back bumper. Travis Elliott still stuck on the bottom, trying to get clear. Now Green regroups the middle line with help from Tyler Bentley. Here comes the middle. Adam Green's got a nice head of steam to the start-finish line. 20 laps to go here from Talladega. It is crunch time here tonight. If you're going to make a move, if you're going to go get it, you've got to go do it now. Green back to the lead off turn number 2. Help from Bentley and Pearson still outside rolling. Green looking to take the bottom. I think he's going to get it here into turn number 3 if he wants it. Oh, he does, but it's a really late clear. He checks up the line. Shane Posey got into the outside wall by himself. Still into the outside wall. Wow, they cut him some serious slack. Did the field right there to let Adam Green go. Now the outside will be headed up by the 55, our points leader, Tyler Bentley. Waiting on his help, Dylan Pearson, to get back to him. They've got Brent Elmore following them. And now another car's jumped up into the outside line. I don't know, that's just Isaiah Dupree. Dupree, I'll tell you what, he's been all over it tonight. Every right move so far in this one. Dupree back to the race lead briefly here on the back straightaways. The help dissolves a little bit on the bottom. Middle rolls, inside 20 laps to go. If you're just joining me, OP Throwback Series, Dega 250. Round 5 of this season, this first season of Throwback Racing here in the 2001 point system. And we have got a heck of a race going on up front right now as Isaiah Dupree battles Adam Green, the first-time starter. Tyler Bentley, Dylan Pearson, Travis Elliott, Vicente Guerrero, Adam Kilday, Brent Elmore, all here at the front. 18 laps to go. We're getting down to it. The run of the end. Isaiah Dupree has been one of the more dominant cars of the day. Can he finish the job and get it done? Come away with his first win of the season. Remember, a win does not guarantee you a playoff spot because, number 1, there are no playoffs. And number 2, it's a full season point system. You have to be consistent. So just as much as the victory matters here tonight, a good finish matters as well. Adam Green. To the inside pit stops. Travis Elliott, Matt Hayden coming to pit road. Mark Vega, Chad French also on pit road. Matt Hayden's actually showing a lap down. But they are hitting pit road, which tells me we've still got pit stops to make here at Talladega. The fun is not over yet. It may come down to who executes the best on a set of green flag pit stops. Through turns 3 and 4, Green and Dupree continue to battle. The outsides fizzle down to 4 cars. Dupree, Bentley, Elmore, and Greg Cales. Still too wide, everybody up front as of right now. Waiting on that last pit stop. The money stop still to come here from Talladega. Too wide here in 1 and 2 still as Dupree and Adam Green battle. That was awfully close. Green started to drift up. Isaiah Dupree started to drift down. They almost come together. Well, everybody keeps it going straight. Both lines pushing hard. Bentley on the outside. Ricky Kuhn on the inside. When will we see the money pit stop from the leaders? Off turn number 4 and onto the front straightaway. Here comes Ricky Kuhn to pit road. Here comes Richard Kuhn to pit road. And here comes Greg Cales. Now you'll note, after that penalty, Richard Kuhn spins it out on the pit lane. Trouble for the 47. Alex Green, Dave Livingston on pit road, as well as Drew Pfaffman. But Richard Kuhn has spun it on pit road. Tough break for the driver of the 47. Let's see if he can get it regrouped. Green, Dupree, Bentley, Pearson, Guerrero, Elmore, Kilday, and Benham, and possibly Jimmy Fitzmaurice, I think he has the draft, are the 9 cars remaining to pit here of our lead lap group. Off of turn number 4. Still going to bypass pit road inside of 15 laps to go. And we do have confirmation, yep, it's a dropped connection for Richard Mulligani, and that, what an unbelievably tough break. He and his team were running very well tonight. They had 3 of the best cars on the racetrack, and issues befalling the 86 and the 22, leaving just the 55 to go for the win, at least as it stands right now. Obviously, still a ways to go. 14 laps may not seem like a long way to go, but still a ways to go. A lot to be decided. They're about to lap that last group that pit. Ricky Kuhn, Drew Pfaffman, Chad French, Travis Elliott, Mark Vega about to all go a lap down. Well, maybe not for long. Pearson to pit road. Guerrero to pit road. Pearson was definitely speeding at the line. They're going to bust him. Guerrero spins it on pit road and now has to back it off the outside wall. Trouble again for the leaders. Bo Benham gets on okay. Adam Kilday gets on okay. Brent Elmore, Jimmy Fitzmaurice. Pearson was speeding and Guerrero spun it out. And so now, 3 cars left to come to pit road, and basically all they have to hope for at this point, I think, is they just don't have an issue. Issues for every group so far. Will they come this time? Yes, they will. Everybody trying to get it woed down. Dupree's going to be awfully quick on entry. Oh, that's close. That's so close. Keep an eye on the 86 of Isaiah Dupree. Kilday is rolling. He's the first one off pit road, but this group is all separated. And so all of a sudden, now it seems like the group that may come out the best of this is the group led by Greg Cales and Alex Green. What a turn of events here at Talladega Superspeedway. This group is rolling. Dupree, Bentley, and Green. Dupree and Bentley get off pit road in a hurry, and they are way far ahead of the leaders. Kilday's just now in the tri-oval. Is it enough to get it woed down? Let's see. Kilday's still 10 seconds back. Dupree trying to hang on to it on the apron, trying to just not get loose. Bentley is with him. They merge. Curtis Martin is a lap down, and these two are gone. Unreal pit stop by Isaiah Dupree and Tyler Bentley. And as they try to get up to speed, now they just hope they can set sail If they can do so, you're looking at the two cars that are going to decide this race. It'll be 11 laps to go. We'll keep an eye on the gap. Gap back to Adam Green's over 4 seconds. The gap to Adam Kilday is closing, but not a lot. And it's going to stay steady at 5 seconds as they've slowed up to pick up Adam Green. Bentley and Dupree are going to just hope that they can do enough by themselves, put enough time that they can just ride into the sunset and settle it for themselves. They fly past Curtis Martin. Dupree, one of the more consistent drivers of the year. Tyler Bentley, a 3-time winner already. He's won 3 in a row, looking to make it 4. And they are just going to try to drive away. They're going to hope Curtis Martin can pick up their draft, maybe help him a little bit. I don't think he's going to. Gap's starting to close. It's opening still on that second group. It is closing with the third group in line now led by Mark Vega, and it's closing in a hurry. It's now starting to close to the third, fourth, and fifth place cars as well. Do they have enough time? Gotta imagine Tyler Bentley's going to hang where he is until they get to the white flag. The gap back to Adam Green is 5 seconds. Curtis Martin, I believe, does have their draft. This could be game changer for the front pack, because that second group, they are under 5 seconds. They've gained about maybe half a second on this lap. If they can get to him, it might be too late. Pearson up and out of the way. So they put him a lap down after his speeding penalty. His chance to win done and over with. 9 laps to go from Talladega. Dupree and Bentley continue to lead, but the gap is closing. Adam Green, Adam Kilday, Bo Benham starting to gain back some time. They're not gaining it as fast anymore. And we have to make sure that that group behind them doesn't catch them before they can catch the leaders. And if they do, it's going to be a whole other set of issues for that second group of cars. Now, they're going to be helped by the 2 lap cars behind Dupree and Bentley. My question is going to be, do they have enough time? About half a second a lap, they're going to get there. It's just how much time will they have when they do? 8 laps to go. Isaiah Dupree, still your race leader, 4 seconds back. At this point, at half a second a lap, they would catch them right about as they're taking the checkered flag. They're going to have to pick it up just a little bit. And now here's going to be the issue for that second group. The lap cars have caught Dupree and Bentley. And now the question is, do they stay in line and push? Yes, they do. And if they can stay lined up, this may be all she wrote for the second group. That's what they were waiting on, was a couple of extra cars to support their line and propel them forward. And immediately the time gained has started to slow up in terms of how fast the gap is closed. It's 3.5 seconds now. And now this is what they don't want to see these guys do. They're going to go too wide up here at the front. Bentley and Dupree obviously just hoped these guys would ride in line. These guys said, no, sir. We still have something to race for if they wreck behind us. They go around them. 3.3 seconds back to Adam Green, Adam Kilday, and Bo Benham. They're going to get into this one, I do believe. The question's going to be, will this group get into the fray? They're trying. They are catching that next group up little by little. I don't think they're going to have enough time. That second group did not gain a half a second that time by. Now the time starts to go down once again. It's inside 3 seconds back to the third, fourth, and fifth place cars who are just riding in line trying to make it back to the leaders. 6 laps to go. The second group now starts to lose some pace. They had it rolling for a moment, but not anymore. Dupree and Bentley have gotten back around the lap cars. 2.6 seconds back to the third place car. Adam Green. Here's where it's going to get interesting for Tyler Bentley. In front of this group is a lap car pack, 2 cars deep. Oh, and Dupree goes up to block. Nobody home. This is devastating for this group up front. Dupree tried to block Curtis Martin. It didn't work. It allows Tyler Bentley to go to the race lead. 2 seconds back now and fading is the gap back to 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Now Bentley up to block the lap cars. They split him low. The lap cars not making this easy for our 2 race leaders. And now Dupree, he's going to have to do something bold here in the middle of 3 and 4. Oh, contact! Around goes Dupree. Can he save it? No, he's into the outside wall. Dupree, one of the dominant cars of the day, is into the outside wall, and the caution flag is out inside 5 laps to go. Unreal. And in fact, we're going to keep it here. We'll look at a replay and then we'll come back because that may just wrap it up. I don't think we're going to have enough laps to get back to green. So we'll go really quickly. We'll look at a replay and we'll be able to tell you whether or not we're going to go back green. So you saw Isaiah Dupree get into the outside wall live on your screen. I don't think anything happened behind him. Oh, maybe it did. Hold on a minute. Oh, we had more crashing back here. So this was the cause of the caution. Was in our second group further back. They all check up for the wreck in front of them. Jimmy Fitzmaurice and Greg Kales come together. Oh, man. Big hit there for Chad French. Fitzmaurice into the outside wall. Kale spins into the inside. Mark Vega trying to miss the 93. He does. So that's what brought out the caution. The Dupree incident basically caused the caution to come out further back. We will know right here if we're going back to racing. If we get one to go, we'll go back green. If not, our race... Well, no, wait. Never mind. Don't listen to me. It will not be complete. We could have a one-lap shootout on our hands. We don't get one to go that time by. There is a more than 50% chance that this 94-lap event is going to come down to a one-lap shootout. And it just brought most of the field back into this race. Now, granted, the way we've seen the starts tonight, there's only going to be about 5 cars in contention, considering the fact that it's been stacking up so bad on the restart. Don't go anywhere. Stay right here. Keep it tuned to Turn 3 Racing Network, as I believe we are going to have a one-lap shootout to end this one. What better way to start the OP Throwback Series run here on Turn 3 Racing Network than with a one-lap shootout at Talladega? This was part of the glory of old NASCAR, is that sometimes it came down to one lap in the scheduled distance, and that was it. That was all you had. Isaiah Dupree notably has right side damage on the 86. It'll be interesting to see if he's still up to speed. These old cars were tanks, but he does have a considerable amount of right side damage on that 86 machine, where from he got in the outside wall after contact with Tyler Bentley. As long as it still drives straight, he should be okay. We'll have to see. As the field gets ready to cycle off of turn number 4. And we will find out for sure here at the line if it's going to be a one-lap shootout or if Tyler Bentley will be crowned the winner here under caution of his 4th race in a row. What a night it's been. For the first time here on Turn 3 Racing Network, round 5 of the OP Throwback Series. I've had a heck of a time. This has been a great race. It's had a little bit of everything. Some short runs, some long runs, some green flag pit stops. Mistakes on pit road dictating a lot of what's happened in this race. And we may settle it right here. Lights are out atop the iRacing pace car. And that is going to mean that tonight's 250-mile event will come down to 2.66 miles. The man leading the way, Tyler Bentley, has won 3 races in a row and 3 of the 4 that we've run here in Season 1. He is the point leader, the most dominant car on the racetrack week in, week out, and he finds himself leading the way, only having to go 2.66 miles and maintain the lead. The man in second, Adam Green, this is his first start in the Throwback Series. This is his first start in OP. Boy, would he love to get off on the right foot, get a win here tonight. Isaiah Dupree has been very good all night. Probably the car to beat. If you had to pick one, the fastest guy all night, the guy that's been making the right moves, is absolutely Isaiah Dupree. He runs third. Adam Kilday knows how to win these types of races. We saw him do it on the Monday circuit several weeks back and on the Wednesday circuit as well in late race restart scenarios. Man in fifth, Bo Benham. He won our last plate race at Daytona to open the season. He knows how to win one of these. Travis Elliott, Alex Green, Drew Faffman, Ricky Kuhn, Brent Elmore. It's going to take a little bit more for them to get up here just because of how long it takes these cars to get up to speed. But we'll see what they can get done. The field will tighten up. All of that drama, all of the strategy, all the work you've put in comes down to the next 2.66 miles. Who's going to get the job done here tonight in round number 5? Into the restart zone they come. Tyler Bentley in the 55 sees the green flag. We're off and running. White flag again at Talladega. 1 lap to go here in round number 5. Bentley migrates to the bottom. He's going to have to get down awfully quick. He's trying to block the run by Adam Green. He throws a block high. He throws a block low. He's trying to make that car wide. Green to the outside. Dupree will go low. Does Kilday go high? Yes, he does. Bentley out to the outside wall. He's going to have to block bottom in front of Dupree. He does. Adam Green to the outside. 2 by 2 down the backstretch at Talladega. This is for the victory. Half a lap to go. Green puts the nose out front. Dupree jumps to the outside. Bentley has no help. He's got to go up in side draft. Travis Elliott gets a big run on the outside. He's got help from Drew Faffman. Bentley up to side draft to 65. Here comes Elliott to the outside wall. They pin. They spin. They crash. Trouble. Who gets through to win the race? They wreck again. Up front, Ricky Kuhn wins at Talladega as they crash behind him. Unbelievable. They crash behind the leaders. They crashed at the front of the field as well as Adam Green came up to side draft the big run from Travis Elliott. And Ricky Kuhn gets the victory here tonight at Talladega. There's a lot to unpack from this one. And we're going to attempt to do so. We're going to let Ricky come around and celebrate here on the front straightaway. Maybe. He's parked it in the grass, and that's going to be all the celebration we get out of the 41. What a finish. So we'll go back, we'll watch the finish. As we're going through the finishing results, we'll try to get your top 3. Is what a night it was here tonight at Talladega. We'll go take a look at what happened coming to the checkered flag, and I don't even know where to start. So much happened in about the last 500 feet of this race. Coming off turn number 4. You see Travis Elliott and Adam Green. So here we go off turn number 4. Here comes the run to the outside. I'll tell you what, about halfway through 3 and 4, I could have sworn that these were going to be the guys that got the victory because they were coming in a hurry. They were going to be even with the leaders. Adam Green sees it coming and goes to side draft this run off turn number 4. You see him coming up. Kilday's following him, trying to side draft these guys, maybe pin them to the wall or something and just stop their run. And he goes up too far. He does what he wanted to do, pins the 51 to the wall, but then turns himself. Kilday misses the first wreck, but then as he hooks the wheel to the left, he catches Tyler Bentley, who didn't know he was going to come down. Well, then Tyler Bentley goes for a spin. He saves it. Ricky Kuhn drives on by, and then looks like Bentley's probably going to finish second. Alex Green, nothing he can do. He piles into the back of the 55. Dupree can't hold it. Mark Vega gets involved. Brent Helmore drives on through. He ends up second in this race. And Greg Cales drives through as well. Shane Posey gets in a big way right there. Good grief. We'll take an onboard look with Ricky Kuhn. We're going to go all the way back to turn 4. You have to really understand what was going on behind the driver, in front of the driver of the 41. He's got a big run too. No, I mean, he's going to be in this as well, no matter what. He's got a big run. You just keep your foot in it. He gets past Dupree. They wreck in front of him. He says, okay, the seas part. He has to make sure to get up from getting hit by the 55. Drives on through and wins the race. Unreal. Here tonight from Talladega, it's exactly what we all wanted. And we're going to try our best to get your top 3. While we go word with them here as we wrap up tonight's race with Talladega. All right, so we'll go through your finishing results here first while we wait for those guys. I don't believe we're going to get a word from our winner, Ricky Kuhn, tonight. I don't believe he's actually got Discord, which is really unfortunate because I really kind of wanted to hear what he's got to say. But we'll go through your finishing results first here while we wait for the other 2 guys to jump in, and we'll get their idea of what happened there at the end of the race. We'll go to our finishing results here just briefly. Ricky Kuhn gets a huge victory tonight at Talladega. Brent Elmore finishes in second tonight with Greg Cales in third position. Richard Kuhn comes home in 4th. Drew Pfaffman in 5th. Travis Elliott finishes 6th tonight. Jimmy Fitzmaurice in 7th. Bo Benham in 8th. Adam Green 9th, and Adam Kilday rounds out the top 10. Isaiah Dupree finishes 11th. Chad French in 12th. Tyler Bentley 13th. Alex Green 14th. Mark Vega 15th. Curtis Martin 16th. Dylan Pearson 17th. Shane Posey finishes tonight in the 18th position. Vicente Guerrero finishes 19th. Dave Livingston in 20th. Matt Hayden in 21st. Richard Malagani 22nd. Justin Hinshaw 23rd. And John Guerra in 24th. I actually do believe the Vicente Guerrero scored on my end as P6. So I do believe that's an incorrect scoring there. For Vicente Guerrero, I do believe he finished 6th in tonight's race. All right. We've got one of your 3. Hopefully we'll get the second one here in a moment. I definitely would like to at least get both of those guys in here first. Get an idea of what they had to say about tonight's race. So we'll start with your 3rd place finisher as the driver of the 311, Greg Cales. We'll see what he's got to say about his run here tonight. Hey, Greg, it's Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir, man. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, but I can't imagine I'm doing as good as you are right now. The C's part for you there at the end. That was a crazy ending. You end up coming home third. It's our first broadcast tonight on here on Turn 3. So, how are you feeling about your season at this point, but also specifically about tonight?
Man, it was a good night. It's second night racing with these guys. It's a good group of guys, and had a little rear damage with like 20 to go or so. So it was kind of tough to maintain speed there. So the old saying of "go where the smoke is," because that's not where they're at, and it just brought it home P3 there.
Yeah, you did, and it was a wild race start to finish. We saw lead changes all over the place. We saw some pitch strategy, so this isn't a common thing. Obviously, we run super speedways a lot more every week, but for you guys, there's only a few on the schedule. So, tonight was a great opportunity to go out there and get a good finish. And so, what was your mindset throughout the night, knowing this was kind of a wild card race?
It most certainly is. 94 laps at Talladega is always going to be tough, especially when you don't do the super speedways very often.
Well, absolutely. And all right, so going forward, you got a third place run now. You've shown you can run up front. You definitely put some guys on notice here tonight. So, going forward, what's the game plan as we get into some mile and a half and some short tracks here going the next few weeks?
You know how it is. Just maintain consistency and see if we can't show some speed on these other racetracks where saving tires is a little bit more important. So,
well, absolutely.
Be the game plan. Keep the car up front. Try to keep it clean.
Well, 100%. That is obviously objective number one. You do so tonight. You come home third while we have you for a second. Anybody you want to thank or shout out?
Oh, yeah, man. Appreciate Justin Henshaw sticking with me on this deal. We kind of got into this iRacing thing not too long ago, and it's turned out to be a good thing. So, yeah, man, I appreciate that. And got the guys down there at SkyTech Gaming for this badass PC as well. This thing's throwing out the frames per second like crazy.
All right. Well, third place for you tonight. It's a great run. Congratulations on that. Go enjoy it. We'll see you next week.
10-4, man. Thank you.
As a driver of the 311, Greg Kales. We move to our last interview of the night. It's going to be with the 31 of Brent Elmore. He drove through the wreck as well. Got home second. We'll see what he's got to say here about his race tonight. Hey, Brent. It's Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, I'm here. Took me a while, but I'm here.
Oh, no worries at all. Crazy finish there at the end. The C's kind of part for you, and you come home second. Take me through the last lap and your race as a whole.
Hey, that last lap was just something else. All I'm trying to do is hang on because I was on old tires, saved a set for the end, never got to use them. So car's just getting squirrely going through the corners. I'm just trying to keep from wrecking people, and I'm watching for idiots in front of me trying to get loose or whatever. Shouldn't have said idiots, but anyway. It just was crazy because I see him start to wreck and I'm thinking, oh, what the hell do I do? And I'm lifting. I said, I can't lift. I just got to say hammer down and shoot for an opening if I see one. And it all worked out. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it did. You come home second. That's a huge run for you tonight. And I'll ask you the same thing I asked Greg here just a second ago. And tonight's a wild card race. It's one of the few plate races on the schedule and where everyone's got a shot to get up there and get it. So, what was the game plan for you coming into tonight, knowing that it was going to be, if everything fell your way, a pretty good night? And obviously you do that, getting home second.
Yeah, the plan was just to stay out of trouble and finish the race without any incident points and try and be top 10 was the goal. And I definitely exceeded that and never thought it'd be a podium for sure.
Well, you do so tonight. You come home second. It's a great run for you here going forward. So while we have you for a second, anybody you want to thank or shout out?
I just want to thank Alex and his group for putting this race on and thank my wife for, letting me do this and support me in it. So, and then the Silver Crown team I used to wrench on, they're racing next weekend at IRP. So if anybody's around for that. So anyway, that's it, man. Thank you for doing this. Appreciate it.
Well, absolutely. Thank you for talking to us. Congratulations on an incredible second-place effort, and we'll see you next week.
All right, man. Thank you so much. Take care, everybody.
Gotcha.
Brent Elmore, our second-place finisher here tonight. So that's going to do it for me here up in the booth as we get ready to wrap this one up from Talladega. Man, what a night it was. It really was a great night for racing here at Talladega, and I hope you guys did enjoy the first night of the OP Throwback Series. As we get going here, be ready for more racing. Be back next week. We're going to do this every Thursday. I can't wait. I want to say a huge thank you to Alex Green and the group looking over Thursdays here for OP for letting me jump in the booth and ramble to you guys for a couple hours about racing and take a little trip back in time, a little time machine for a couple hours here at the end of a week. That's going to do it for me. Next week, we are back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Same time, about 8:45, 8:50, somewhere in there, to get going for round number 6 of the OP Throwback Series from the Lady in Black Darlington Raceway. We'll be back for about 167 laps of high-intensity action. A lot of Darlington stripes to give out in 7 days' time. Thanks, everybody, for watching. My name is Dawson Wise. Thanks once again for coming out, watching on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and we will see you once again next week. Good night.